Welcome back to this episode of Let's Reason Together. We've been talking about expectations. One, expectation of yourself. What do you expect of yourself to achieve in life, to attain, which level you want to be, places you want to go, people you want to relate to. You have these expectations of yourself. And this episode, we are dwelling on people's expectation of you. You are not alone in this world. You have different relations, family, friends, co-workers. They certainly have expectation of you, at times even based upon how you to present yourself to them, how you've made them to believe your abilities and what you can achieve, and that informs them what to expect of you. We generally in life expect certain things from certain people, notwithstanding. You have expectation of somebody who calls a friend. You have expectation of people you call family. You have expectation of even an enemy. And I would like to read a scripture of such a great man, David. He, just like all of us, had an automatic expectation based upon who the person and how the person is related to him. And that is in Psalm 55. Psalm 55. Let me read the 12th verse. This is what David said. For it is not an enemy who reproaches me. For it is not an enemy who reproaches me. Then I could bear it. Nor is it one who hates me, who has exalted himself against me. Then I could hide from him. The 13th verse. But it is you, a man my equal, my companion, and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked to the house of God in the throne. This is a very typical example of one person expecting something from another based upon the type of relation they have. And in this story, in this scripture, David is expecting a blessing, a protection, a favor, a help from a friend. That is what we expect from friends. But he feels disappointed because all the things that he expects the friend to do is that which is happening is contrary that you may expect from a friend. What is expecting or what is happening should be something that an enemy should do. But he's not an enemy. He's supposed to be a friend. But what do you do about it? So we say that no expectation, no disappointment. When you measure the level of your expectation, it will define also the level of your appointment or disappointment. And so in life, we do not only expect things from ourselves. People also expect things of us. And this is how we will go about it. Ask questions about this expectation. Number one, who is the person expecting something from you? Is it a relevant person? Quote unquote, important person in your life? Who could be an important person in your life? Who could be a significant person in your life? For example, your family. Your family. You may belong to a family. You may have a father, you may have a mother, you may have siblings, cousins, nephews, and all that. And when we take a father and a daughter, a mother and a son, they bring you up and train you with the idea of you coming to a certain level. When the child grows up, getting through his education, there is at times a mindset, an expectation from the parent as to what their child must achieve. In the first episode, we talked about that expectation is having a strong feeling that something will or must happen. So parents do have expectation of their children. Another significant person that could be in your life is a spouse, a husband, a wife. What are the expectations that your wife has for you, husband? What are the expectations that your husband has for you? Are they realistic? Are they overboard? Is it too much? Is it bringing joy or pressure on you? Do you feel pressurized to fulfill the expectation of other people, even in detriment of your own well-being, your sanity, your health, your mental estate? At times we go our way out all to please other people, and the least person we please is ourselves. And so it's very important always to manage and measure the expectation that people have for us. The world that we are living in, for instance, somebody who comes from a family and has traveled abroad, and there's great expectation from the family back home as to things that you may be able to do for them, because obviously you are in more privileged situation than them. And so you have become a breadwinner. You have become the hope of the family. You have become the head that everybody is looking up onto. That brings pressure. That brings expectation. And I don't think you are one who wants to make your people feel disappointed in you. So many a time we go our way out, do what we can, and at times even do more than we can, all in the name of fulfilling the expectation that people, loved ones, family, parents, spouses, friends have for us. They have set a bar. They have set a level that, notwithstanding our strength or weakness, they expect us, expectation, they expect us to achieve it. And these lessons, the very basic and the idea to help people as we reason together is the unnecessary pressure that we have put upon our lives, and that many people are going through a lot of stress, depression. In fact, unfortunately, the idea and the mentality that I have failed other people, I have failed people who I was not supposed to fail, have even caused some people to commit suicide. It is a serious matter when you are in that position that you feel you have become a failure as far as other people's expectation of you is concerned. Some lose their joy of life, they lose the quality of their health, and their emotional estate is nothing to write home about. This lesson is for us to take back, to sit down, take time off, and to reassess the level of expectation that people have for us. A father wants the child to be a doctor, notwithstanding the strength and the weakness of the child. A mother wants certain things for the daughter when she grows up, notwithstanding the strength, the capability or incapability, inability of the child. It has become a case that you must get there. You must achieve it. You must attain it. That is other people's expectation of you. And it is not everything that possibly you can achieve in line with their expectation. And it brings all this burden, pain, disappointment, stress, depression, and that the quality of your life goes down. So please, as surely is good for people to have expectation of you, you must yourself make sure you do a good measurement of what you can do and things that you cannot do. At times, it is through effective communication to line out what you can do or what you cannot do for other people without they being disappointed or you be disappointed. And that will sow relations. Do the best you can. Have that feeling that I am doing my best. You couldn't do more than your best. And that as a believer to you, ask the grace of God to abound in your life. Because God can cause you, by favor, you to achieve more than your strength can. And that you'll be able to attain that level of expectation that even other people may have of you. So don't stress yourself. Don't kill yourself. Don't look downtrodden because of other people's expectation. Many have grown weary. Many have grown very sad because they cannot achieve Mr. A, Mrs. B, Brother A, Sister B, their expectation of us. Do your best. If your best is not enough, try again and make sure you don't lose your joy. You don't lose your happiness in life. Do not overstress yourself, overburden yourself. As you acknowledge your strength and your weaknesses, things you can do, things you cannot do. And it's important that you may find somebody trustworthy, somebody who may listen to you. Have a discussion. Receive counsel, and that your quality life will not be jeopardized, will not be compromised. Make sure, whether in your church, speak to another brother, a Christian sister, speak to a church elder, speak to your pastor, and have counseling so that you will manage the expectation people have of you. Once again, may your joy not be compromised. May your health not be compromised because of the pressure of expectation that different relations have of you. Those who are far, those who may be near. It could be your children, it could be a husband and a wife, it could be a brother or a sister. Do well not to compromise your joy, for it is the joy of the Lord that gives us strength. Don't compromise your joy, and don't let the over expectation of other people burden you down. I'm Pastor King. We will meet on the third episode of this expectation. That is expectation that you have of God as a believer. That is another interesting point. I will see you at the next episode.